Welcome to Red and Blue. I'm Caitlin Huey-Burns in Washington. Thank you for joining us. President Biden drummed up support for Ukraine while in Poland today, ahead of the one-year mark of Russia's invasion. He said the U.S. and its allies, quote, have Ukraine's back, and vowed to support the country no matter what.
1 year into this war, Putin no longer doubts the strength of our coalition, but he still doubts our conviction. He doubts our staying power. He doubts our continued support for Ukraine. He doubts whether NATO can remain unified. But there should be no doubt. Our support for Ukraine will not waver. NATO will not be divided, and we will not tire.
But on Capitol Hill, some Republicans say they will not support more funding for Ukraine. The president announced a $500 million investment in new military aid for the country during an unannounced visit to Kyiv yesterday. So for more on this, let's turn to Scott MacFarlane and Ed O'Keefe. Scott is CBS News congressional correspondent here with me in Washington, and Ed is CBS News senior White House and political correspondent, and he is in Warsaw, Poland. And that's where I want to start, Ed, with you, because you were at this speech today. Can you kind of take us behind the scenes and tell us a little bit about kind of the setup for this speech? And also, you know, it seemed like obviously he was giving this speech to a global audience, but also sending a message back to people here at home as well.
That's right, Caitlin. As aides described it, it was a speech to the world. But the White House understands it also increasingly is something that needs to be consumed domestically amid polling that shows softening support for the military assistance that's being given by the United States, and also just growing ambivalence about whether it really matters. So you saw the president today give, in essence, his second Warsaw speech. Last March, he was here, gave a far more somber address to the world, and in it, whether accidentally or on purpose, called for the ouster of Vladimir Putin. Tonight, it was a more celebratory speech, marking about a year of war in Ukraine and saying, look, democracy has sustained itself. Global alliances that sustain those democracies are stronger than ever. And Vladimir Putin miscalculated whether NATO, whether the European Union, whether the United States and its partners would hold together against that armed conflict. And they said, look, if Vladimir Putin has an issue with this, he can pack up and go home, and this war would be over. Aide said he has spent the several last weeks, the president has, putting this series of remarks together, but conceded just in the last day that given the speech was being held on the same day Vladimir Putin was holding, in essence, his version of the State of the Union address, they made some modifications. And the one you heard the president make was the charge Putin made that the U.S. and its partners want to strike Russia. The president making clear that is absolutely not the case, that they're merely standing for the rule of order around the world and democracies wherever they are.
And Scott, that message seems to be geared towards members on the Hill, especially Republicans, where you've started to see this divide in the party with a faction of Republicans starting to oppose aid to Ukraine. Let's play a little bit of some of the reaction that we've been getting from Republicans.
Going to Ukraine, offering another $500 million is a huge problem.
We spent more time in Ukraine, spending hundreds of billions of dollars, some 15% of our defense spending in one country. You know, when you consider the ties that this president's family had with Ukraine and China, one can start scratching their heads.
There's going to be tremendous pushback, both, I think, from the House and from the Senate about additional expenditures for the Ukrainian effort. The president is really going to have to come in strong and explain the need.
So, Scott, how big exactly is this faction, and what should we be reading into it?
Big enough, because with the margin so small, any one faction really does have, in essence, veto power. Our latest CBS News reporting on the Hill is that a group of 10, including some of the voices from whom we just heard, have sponsored a resolution to call for a zeroing out of funding to Ukraine. That's just a resolution kind of discussing the spirit of Congress at this moment, when the appropriations process begins later this year, when the U.S. House actually has to figure out how and on what to spend money. That's when some of those members can really exert their leverage and try to halt spending for Ukraine, which gives the administration this unique responsibility of cobbling together a different type of coalition, a political complexion of which is unclear at this moment, to get the money through and potentially get less money through.
And how are McCarthy and McConnell managing all of this? I mean, it seems more pronounced in the House.
That's ultimately where that small faction can exert the most political muscle. In the U.S. Senate, of course, it takes 60 to do much, and every one senator has the ability to have his or her way on this. But in the House, the path forward for robust funding for Ukraine, to put it mildly, is less than clear. And that's the political audience back home that the president has during this trip.
Yeah, speaking of that audience and that coalition that you mentioned, Ed, what is the White House and the administration doing to kind of message to this group? Are they concerned about this faction growing?
They're not, in that they say it's a vocal minority of the party that controls the House, and there isn't enough support in the Senate to block more funding. They're also heartened by the fact that Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, certainly, especially just in recent days at a European Security Conference in Munich, reiterated that while there may be some in his party who are opposed to this, the overwhelming majority of his party, at least in Congress, is supportive of continued assistance to Ukraine. But we talked about this a little bit with John Kirby, the national security spokesman for the White House, about the need to make sure back home Americans understand the importance of the war and whether the president's sensitive to the growing, if not opposition, at least ambivalence about the conflict. Take a listen.
The president understands, and he knows that the American people understand what's at stake here. I mean, if there's one founding ideal that Americans can understand and appreciate, it's independence. And Ukraine is fighting for its independence, its very life. And that's something that I think that's near and dear to every American's heart.
So the president didn't say it quite that way today because, again, this was a message and a speech intended for the entire world. But that gives you a flavor of where at least the White House response may go in the coming months if the opposition to continued funding grows. And remember, we've seen Speaker McCarthy say it's not so much about cutting assistance to Ukraine as it is just monitoring where that money's going. And there will be bipartisan agreement that that needs to happen. Whether every single dollar and cent can be accounted for, whether every helmet or drone that was sent over in this part of the world can be audited and found after the fact remains to be seen. But increased accountability for the spending certainly is on the table for Republicans, and that's something the White House is just going to have to endure.
Yeah, and we'll keep an eye on public polling, too, to watch the sentiment among Americans. Scott MacFarlane and Ed O'Keefe from Warsaw to Washington, you have it all covered for us. We appreciate your time. Thank you.